Chuck Huber is a well-known voice actor, known for many voices like Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho and Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Well, now he is under fire by a woke VA trying to cancel him. Here we go again. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, Chuck Huber. People will know him for many different voice acting roles, and he's done an excellent job. Not only that, but he's a very good person. I mean, like, if you follow him, then he follows you. I mean, he's really cool to his fans and has a lot of respect towards them. I mean, I have respect for this man myself. I mean, he's a fantastic guy. I like Chuck Huber. Now, recently, of course, though, there has been a voice actress who is clearly a woke clown who's trying to cancel him. And the reason is absolutely ridiculous. Gotta give a shout out to Weirdo from YouTube. He's also another YouTuber. He actually had this tweet, and I gotta, give shout outs to everybody who helped me find out about this. So those of you who let me know, I want to thank all of you, because there was many people messaging me about this. So let's get into this. So what exactly is going on here? Dragon Ball voice actor Terry Dottie Young Jiren is trying to cancel fellow VA Chuck Huber, Android 17, for defending a fan she claims was harassing her. Chuck explained that the young fan has autism, and that his struggle with socialization was wrongly mistaken for aggression. And look, there's a lot of people that don't really understand people that do have autism, and they mistake things, and sometimes this can lead to people that are autistic to actually be mistreated. I mean, it's a very sad thing to see happen. Which we're going to get into all this, but of course, this is the woman that's trying to cancel him. Why am I not surprised that she would look like this? This is Twitter. I am not shocked in the slightest.
Yes. Oh my god.
It just seems like somebody who's trying to push somebody aside that is well known to try to get herself up on the stepping ladder, is what it seems like to me. Because this is typically what you see. And she's known for Young Jiren. Oh man, that's such a notable role. Young Jiren, oh god. So important. Oh, good god. I mean, look, Chuck Huber. Chuck Huber's a kind dude. He's a really good guy. We're going to get into his statement. We're going to also get into her statement as well, because Terry Dottie, god, this woman does not understand. And you'll see what I mean. And you'll see how Chuck Huber was really trying his best to try to make sure that people were more aware of the issue and try to disarm the situation. Terry posted her own version of events on Twitlonger. Sounds like a misunderstanding that could have been cleared up in ways other than a public shaming. And that's exactly what she does. You're going to see what I mean. You can tell that she is specifically trying to go after Chuck Huber with what she stated. I mean, it's pretty awful. Like I said, this is very similar to a case that happened with Vic. It all started with one little thing, and then they tried to cancel him. We all know where that went. So, of course, this is what Terry Dottie said. Yeah, let's talk about Chuck Huber. And then, the link right here. Like I said, she's specifically trying to shame him publicly. She's specifically trying to spit on his name. Trying to, call him out and just be all like, yeah, look at how bad he is for disagreeing with me. And, you'll see what I mean. In the summer of 2017, like I said, digging this back up, 2017. So we're going back 4 years. Chuck and I were booked at the same convention. I was given security because of an issue that I had with a fan. The fan had harassed me for months. He said numerous disturbing things, one of which was something along the lines of, I'm going to teach her a lesson, when he'd see me at this particular con. During an autograph session, this fan approached me. I froze. My security guy, Will, told me I'd lost all the color in my face and that it was up to me how I wanted to handle this. I shook my head and whispered, I can't do this. Will approached the fan. The fan didn't leave. The police had to get involved. The thing that is concerning is that this could have actually been very harmful to the fan, because police and security aren't typically, ones to be trained in, understanding, like, autistic individuals. So this could have actually ended up in the kid actually having real harm done, if they didn't understand that the kid was autistic. That's concerning, actually. in which you're going to see what Chuck had to say about this in a moment. We'll get to that. What I didn't know at the time was the fan didn't leave the con. He went from table to table speaking about how horrible I was, how horrible the security was, which apparently the security was stalking him. Which, that could actually probably frighten somebody and put them on edge. So you'd probably be afraid if you didn't know why security was following you, too, to be fair. Chuck, with no skin in the game, so here's her attacking Chuck, messaged the security service and tagged myself and other guards coming to the defense of the fan, which he genuinely seems to have concern. Like I said, we'll look at that in a moment. It made me feel like the worst person imaginable for feeling the way I did. It made me feel as if I wronged this fan for being legitimately scared. I blocked Chuck's email and phone number after this. Jesus Christ. Wow. That's pathetic. I blocked him on Twitter after a situation with someone close to me. There are many stories from friends and colleagues that I could share, but those aren't my stories to tell. You see, this is her trying to play victim, trying to basically say that, oh, it was Chuck's fault for not agreeing with me. Because Chuck was trying to, show concern for the fan. She's going after him, saying that Chuck's the bad guy and saying that the fan's the bad guy, basically. Like, what? It's terrible. She's horrible. We've had the occasional run-in and done a couple of conventions together since then. I can't play the nice game, so I just left most places he was and refused to be on panels with him. I mean, that's just childish. That's absolutely childish. And then Chuck, he had a response here. Now, I want you to see this response. This is what he said. One time, a bunch of voice actors were saying an autistic fan was dangerous. It turned into a kind of frenzy where security was stalking him. I sent an email to the head of security and the other VAs in the hopes of shedding some light and avoiding a tragedy. As you can see here just with this, which we're going to get into the email, you can see that Chuck Huber is concerned and he's just trying to be a good person. He's trying to, let everyone know about this, and he's doing a good job. I appreciate Chuck for doing this. I mean, this is such a kind thing. Chuck didn't have to do this, but he was doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Dear Mr. Crowley et al., my wife and I were guests at a con in Fort Worth. It provided an experience that we felt was important to share with your security team as parents of a son who is autistic. We heard from no fewer than 7 other guests and staff members during a con that a fan was dangerous. Not that he was annoying or difficult, but dangerous. This fan typically spends 15 minutes to half an hour in front of our table once or twice a day. He has done so for the past 4 years at dozens of cons. On a couple occasions, I have had to coach him to leave, but typically he is aware when other fans come up and quickly puts his right hand up in a goodbye gesture and settles away. The fan is difficult to hear at times, and his story structure jumps without the neurotypical vocal indications. He could be 4 sentences past me when I have to stop him and make him go back. He is autistic and goes into defense mode when he doesn't know how to cope or is stressing beyond his capacity. Which, when you think about it, if you had, security stalking you at an event, you don't even know why. I mean, you gotta think how this kid would be feeling. That would probably terrify the kid. You feel bad for him, really. Defense mode can take many forms in the spectrum, but when not accommodated for, can cause a feedback loop that can present as insulting, obsessive, angry, or threatening. Jessica has shared with me several stories of autistic adults injured or killed by police intervention that was unnecessary, typically mirroring the physicality and repeating what they say can produce calm and rapport. Redirection into their next chosen activity also helps. The misunderstanding of the fan, in our opinion, are not malicious without cause or without caution, but he is a good kid. This is not to minimize anyone's feelings of insecurity regarding this person. We all have the right to feel safe. We even have the right not to be annoyed. We just felt it was important to share our perspective. Kindest, Chuck and Jessica. I mean, you can tell genuinely that, Chuck going out of his way for this shows that he had concern for the fan safety. And that he was trying to, make sure that everything goes well, that, there isn't any misunderstandings. He tries to make sure the people are aware. And that's such a good thing that Chuck did here. And because he had a different perspective than what Terry Dottie had, she's trying to cancel him now. I mean, this is ridiculous. Vito went on to say, Chuck's concern seems genuine, which I agree, I think it does. Security guards aren't exactly trained to recognize and deal with autistic individuals, and it is possible that real harm could have come to the young fan. Seems like he was just concerned and trying to defuse the situation, which that's what it looks like. If anything, what it looks like here is that Terry Dottie herself is just trying to go after Chuck because, oh look, you don't agree with me, and you're trying to make me out as the bad guy because she's playing the victim. Like, how many times have we seen this? It was like Monica Rial and Jamie the Heifer Markey whenever they were trying to act like they were the victims. We know they weren't. They were doing their damnedest to try to make sure they ruined Vic's life and his career. I mean, it was horrible. And Vic's an innocent person. There's never been any evidence of him doing any of the things they claimed. Innocent until proven guilty, of course. And now Terry Dottie here is trying to ruin Chuck Huber, which is disgusting. And Toei Animation, keep in mind, they were furious with Funimation over firing Vic and the whole thing that happened. Absolutely livid. And so there was something I learned last night that I do want to talk about briefly before we end this video. Was that I was told by someone, which I want to thank that person. Thank you very much for letting me know. So Touhou, they have power over Funimation. Touhou owns the network that airs Dragon Ball, and they have the final say, and that includes overseas airings. Dragon Ball is owned by Toei Animations, which is owned by Fuji TV and Shueisha, which is further owned by Touhou. So, in other words, Touhou has the final say. And this could be very disastrous if Funimation decides to go after Chuck Huber over a stupid little thing like this. Because Chuck Huber didn't do anything wrong. And Terry Dottie is trying to ruin him just because he didn't agree with her on something. And he was trying to defuse a situation and trying to make sure there was no tragedy out of it. He was trying to watch out for a fan. Which Chuck Huber, he handled this perfectly, I think. I think he handled this very well. But what Terry Dottie's doing is a very terrible thing. But keep in mind, with Touhou, with them having so much control, if Funimation screws up, they may take away Dragon Ball from them, and then this may go to like Viz or someone else. So Funimation might want to be careful before they decide, oh, well, we're going to fire Chuck Huber, because either they pull the stupid move and they fire Chuck Huber, and then you have Touhou pull away the Dragon Ball rights and they have no more merchandise, no more dubbing, any of it. So then that means that Funimation loses everything Dragon Ball related, or B, they keep Chuck Huber and still have the rights to selling Dragon Ball merch and dubbing it and everything like that. What I have to say here is, Chuck Huber, I hope that you keep your job. Thing is, I don't want to see anything bad happen to Chuck Huber. It was terrible what happened to Vic, and that never should have happened, and I don't want to see Chuck Huber go through the same thing. And Terry Dottie's a horrible person, that's clearly obvious. But Chuck Huber, you're an awesome person, and I appreciate what you did. You're a great man. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on both Discord and Minds. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on both Discord and Minds. The links are in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.